Hey everybody, it's Commander Clyde, and we're here once again for another tier list update. Got a new patch, god changes, so let's get right into it. Let's just take a quick look at everything, make sure there aren't any performance-based adjustments that need to be made to the tier positions, and there's not anything specific I can think of that's changed with the performance of any of these gods. Um, The only thing I could say is maybe Daji's too low. I think, okay, she got a slight nerf last patch, and I think that's part of why I moved her. But her performance is not indicative of where she is. So we're gonna do this. Move her over there. Okay, let me start rearranging these. Okay, hold on. I gotta make... These guys are too high, aren't they? Not performing like that. Let me go just move them down. Yeah, look that closely. I don't know why I had these two at S minus. I guess I just think they're better than they are. But Zhangqi and Scylla do not perform well enough to be up there, so. Uh, okay, hold on. Let me. Now I gotta do this again. So I gotta get Arachne back around. Okay, there. That's a good spot. So yeah, Dodgy S minus. I had her too low. I don't know why. And I thought the changes would have more of an effect. They didn't really. She's still pretty good and can kill you at level 3. So yeah, just hang her out there. Alright, so let's break down God Balance from the patch and decide where the rest of these guys go to. Ares doesn't move because it's changed to him was a quality of life change. So he doesn't need line of sight anymore to pull people. As long as your target's in the AoE, he'll pull them even if it's through a wall, even if he's behind a wall casting it. So that's good. Um, this is a big preemptive change, but oh, Terra, come back. Obviously, Terra is the most obvious change in the patch. She got a lot. The root's back on her 3. Her ultimate's no longer global, and it's an AoE, but it also provides extra damage for a target that's hit 4 times. So now it has an offensive effect in addition to the defensive, which is the movement, and your allies get healed after they're hit 4 times. Now enemies take more damage, and if they get hit 4 times, it does a second burst of damage to them. So, uh, this might seem like a pretty big preemptive change, but I'm moving Terra to A minus. That extra damage, that offensive effect that her ultimate has is a pretty significant thing, especially in a 1v1. And you're gonna pop it 4 times because if you catch somebody with the monolith shatter, it's gonna do the tick damage, and that'll go off plenty of times to make them take the bonus damage from the ultimate. So There's that interaction to think about. And it's a pretty massive buff to her, so I'm gonna put her over to A minus. Um, Thoth got a slight consistency change. Now his 3 doesn't go on cooldown until you use it, which is going to increase the amount of time that where his 3 is unavailable, which is a good change because it was such a short cooldown at full CDR that it was pretty annoying to fight him. Now it's use it or you don't have it for 13 seconds with full CDR because it adds an extra 5 because that's the amount of time that he holds it until it fades away, at which point it will go on cooldown after that. So now you have to be a little smarter about that. I don't think that's going to affect his position, because if you're using it just to get away from an enemy, you're probably going to throw it out immediately, and then that doesn't change anything from that standpoint, so it's not enough to move him. There are a bunch of other consistency changes, but those don't really mean anything in terms of how well God performs. I gotta double check the list. Uh, yeah, Cerberus got a nerf buff. I'm not moving him. He stays there. That's what his performance has indicated to me. In the duel scenario, he's still a B tier guardian. And that's about where he's gonna stay. Because those changes don't really give him a benefit in duel. So I'm gonna keep him there. Alright, what were the other? Hell got a consistency change, so that doesn't matter. See, I mean, this was a thing with Najah, but doesn't actually, uh, it didn't actually change the amount of damage he does. Because they removed that weird extra hit that he was doing, and then up the damage so that it would the damage would still be consistent with that. So I don't think he actually got any stronger from that. Okay, so Nemesis Divine Judgment got a damage decrease, which I don't think is that significant in terms of how you play her mechanically in duel. I don't think that's a big deal because it's more about that slice and dice and using your dashes properly. So I don't think that change to her, that change to Divine Judgment is a big effect. She's gonna stay at S plus. Nuwa, they slightly changed the stun duration on Shining Metal to make it more consistent. Or they just wanted it to have consistent scaling because for whatever reason it was from rank 1 to 2, it was going from 1 to 1.2 seconds and then only increasing by 0.1 every level after that, and that didn't make sense. So they changed it there to be 1 to 1.1 and then so on. Right, Soul is getting a slight nerf, and I think I already had her under where she was anyway. Where she should have been anyway. What are those? Hmm. Um, she's still a pretty big threat right now. And I've got these guys out front here in S minus. To be consistent with that, I'd have to put her in S. until I'm totally sure what kind of effect those changes are going to have. I'm feeling like not a whole lot because it was a 5% change on all of these things, or total change. Okay, I mean, well, they decreased it. It was a change, but that's not actually how much it changes by percentage wise. Okay, that's a dumb technicality. Whatever. But you get the idea. I don't think that's significant. It's a needed nerf. Is it significant enough to really bring her down? I don't think so. Not in Duel, anyway. It'll make her easier to deal with in other modes, like Conquest, but that's about where that ends. So, and yeah, that's gonna actually do it for the tier list update for this patch. Anyway, like and subscribe if you guys like the tier list and want to see more. All that, comment down below on what you like, what you didn't like, etc. And I'll see you guys next patch for another tier list update. Have a good one.